Welcome to this Frequency Matters podcast. I'm Pat Hindle, and today I'm talking with a team from Gilbert Corning. We have Mike Brodniak, Product Line Manager of Microwave Global, Blake Amacker, Director of Sales for Corning Aerospace and Defense, and Don Burris, Microwave Product Development Manager. Welcome, everybody.
Thank you. Good morning.
Hey, thanks, Patrick. Morning.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, so it's going to be a great discussion today. I know Corning Gilbert's been around for many years, but some people may not be familiar with you. You know, you've been around 60 years, so it's quite a while. So can you tell us a little bit about your history in the microwave industry?
Yeah, I'd love to talk about that. Gilbert was founded by Earl Gilbert. He started making components for broadband F connectors as a contract, and that led to making entire complete connectors and grew into a broadband industry or business that at one point consumed 1 million pounds of aluminum a month. Just grew really, really fast. And in the 1980s, Gilbert recognized the need to diversify the products. So we got into the microwave area, the usual SMA, SSMA, BNC, TNC connectors, those kind of things. It really grew quickly into the 80s and 90s. I've been around here since 1983, so more than 40 years. And I moved from pencil to paper drafting in the 1980s. We finally grew into CAD modeling and combined it with RF simulation. That was a big step in the industry, but that's now ancient history. But since those early days, we've evolved into Corning Gilbert, part of a $14 billion global company that's very diverse, from optical fiber and mobile consumer electronics, and it's been with close collaboration. Key customers, we continue to provide custom designs. We continue to innovate for all those years throughout the industry. It's been a really remarkable trip.
And so Corning Gilbert developed the popular GPO connector. Can you tell us about how that became a popular connector solution and its progression in the size reduction and multiple pin form factors?
Absolutely. I was there. We were working with a major contractor at the time, and it was recognized that all those standard connectors that I mentioned, the SMAs and the SSMAs, they were just too big for where the industry was going. And we had to get more compact and tighter packaging, smaller footprints. So something new was required. It had to be small, and it couldn't have threads. It needed to blind mate all these modules together. And we just had to come up with a new approach to interconnects. So we started building on the concept of what was called a mini KU series connector back in the day. And from that, developed the GPO, which was named the Gilbert Push-On. And the key there was it maintained the RF performance even when misaligned. That was a big deal. I was ground shaking at the time. I was the guy that put those first prototypes together. And as we took that to market, it wasn't too long that we figured out how to scale it down to meet the continuing size, weight, and power demands that our customers see today. So, yeah, we moved from those products in the 80s and the 90s and centered around blind mate bullets and cable connectors and customer demand to improve packaging, and just moved into the block connectors that we know today. It's an evolution over all those years.
Well, you can tell when it's a good connector like that everybody uses it, it becomes a default.
Yeah, that is gratifying. It makes you feel good that you contributed something to the industry.
And so what other products and technologies do you offer in the RF and microwave space, just so everybody's familiar?
Yeah, no, that's a good question, Patrick. With Gilbert Corning, we offer more than 10,000 different style connectors. Anything from edge and flange mounts, interconnects, PCB mounts with center to center spacing and as low as 0.07 inches and weight as low as 5,000 gram. Really a wide variety of offerings because we are so customizable, very centric focused on what the customer needs and what their application is requiring. Our team's willing to do almost anything to make them, successful. We offer, I think, the traditional metallized connectors through different product series. So Don talked about the GPO and some of the other product families like our GPPO, G3PO, and G4PO. Those are, our bread and butter, so to speak, for our business. We're also vertically integrated at Corning. So that means we can collaborate, with any customer on custom designs, which is great. Allows us to be dynamic and flexible. A typical design cycle will really begin with a discussion with one of our application engineers. So we have, two senior application engineers that fall under my group that are, great, know the industry, know the product, and they can help the customer really understand what type of requirements they're going to need in a connector to be successful. We do have a library design used as a basis for assembling any needs. So the exact requirements may be met with really the highest efficiency, which is nice. It's needed in this industry, complete with high precision Swiss turning centers and CNC mills. Our dedicated machine shop is really equipped to produce that customizable design to hit those requirements. So we like to promote that. We maintain a plating shop for any type of plating or metallic components that we need, and a variety of validation testings. It's all performed in-house, which is nice. It allows us to just promote our value chain and value props for the product line.
Wow, I didn't even realize there was that many products, so quite the breadth there.
It's definitely a large catalog. We provided an updated catalog to the industry recently, and it's a few hundred pages. We couldn't fit it all on there, but there's definitely a lot out there for us.
And so can you tell us about the latest innovations that are going to contribute to this 60 years of industry progress, especially in the aerospace and defense and telecommunications customers, because you recently introduced the first plastic connector. And so if you can tell us about that and how you're meeting the challenges of some other space applications would be great.
Yeah, no, I know we're really excited to launch PolyLink, the metallized plastic connector at IMS. Just a lot of exciting characteristics for that product, the compressibility, the lightweightness of it. There's a cost advantage compared to our current connectors. I think on the horizon, we're planning to roll out an advanced compression style interconnect system, which is going to offer increased predictability, improved performance, increased flexibility with a smaller size. Smaller than our G4PO. And it's going to offer the aerospace customers improved density. And we see our market really demanding the swap style, so size, weight, and power characteristics. That's where we like to focus our attention towards and answering the customer's call on that. I think, and maybe I think the team agrees with me, this next product hierarchy for the future is going to build off the legacy of our bread and butter, the G4PO, the G3PO, GPPO, and GPO lines. And additionally, with precision machining capabilities, this product's more consistent and precise than ever before. So we foresee some innovations such as what we're calling right now the Spark platform to be the next generation of interconnect for application in multi-pin interconnects and in cryogenic work.
And so maybe you can go over some of the specific advantages compared to the metal connectors. I imagine it's, lighter, but, have you addressed reliability and other factors with this plastic design?
The main factors there is that, as Mike mentioned, the weight, cost advantage. But one that's really new to the game is axial compressibility. You can actually squeeze this thing a little bit, which you can't do with a beryllium copper connector. They just won't take any pressure, and the plastic will give a little bit, and that compressibility helps with tolerancing and module spacing, those kind of things. And so that's really a unique advantage that this thing brings to the game.
And so have you addressed the reliability of this product compared to a metal product? Because I imagine sometimes plastic is considered, not as strong, has outgassing and things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. The use of plastics really isn't new. Plated plastics, that's not new either. We see those applications all the way from automotive to cosmetics and since the 1950s to today. But the use in the RF application, that had some challenges, and not the least of which was acceptance of the idea. I mean, everybody knows an RF interconnect's got to be Brilco, right? The challenge was not so much the functional design, but changing the mindset. And then to support that, to get to your question, is testing, a lot of testing. We meet the demand for lightweight and lower cost, and that becomes kind of obvious. You have to do that, but how do you prove it out? So baseline testing to get fundamental understanding of the performance, complete qual testing, hours and hours of work in the RF and environmental lab that we have here. Tremendous amount of research and development going into full-blown qualification of this product, so that we have built a database of information and test results to show how this thing performs.
And so this is a pretty unique product. How do you see it evolving for future applications? How will you build on this product line?
That's a great question. We don't just make stuff and sell stuff, but we invent stuff. I've got an engineering team that has combined over 200 years of experience, and we like to just build and develop and innovate. And this product is going to grow in all kinds of directions. But what we've really found in where does this thing go is our customers tell us. We have some really good ideas of where these applications can be a part of, but our customers come up with so many different things. It's awesome. Mike, you want to touch on some of the solutions that perhaps that aren't quite recognized?
Yeah, and that's a great point, Don. And it's something that we really, focus on when we talk about Corning values, and we focus on, the customer, our stakeholders. We want to bring them value. We want to bring them solutions to their problems. Sometimes they don't know what those problems are, or they don't know what the solution is. And that's what's great about this team out in Phoenix, and the team overall with Corning, because we do have folks that are spread out, that they're dedicated in trying to find what the customer needs and making sure they're available for any of their questions, demands. If it's even building off synergies as a part of a solution. I know we're microwave for our business that we focus on, but we're a part of a larger aerospace and defense group for Corning that offers, other, value stream items. So, I think really for the applications, it's that innovation piece that Don's team really brings to the table to help, invent that next product that's going to be useful for the customer at the end of the day.
And just to add to that, I think, just last year, Corning, across all its divisions, invested more than $1 billion in research, development, and engineering. And, we got a pretty substantial piece of that towards microwave, right? So we're investing in microwave. And to Mike and Don's point, we're really listening to our customers. We've positioned ourselves really well with, hey, we want to invest in tomorrow's solutions with microwave. And I think that adds a lot of value of what Corning can actually provide to the microwave industry.
Well, that's great to hear. So I'm curious, how do you distribute your products in the market? Are you direct distribution or both, just so people know how to get a hold of them?
So we have a three-prong approach. So at Corning Gilbert, we primarily work through distributors. We have some really strong partnerships there, specifically with East Coast Microwave and Microwave Components. These companies are two of the leading suppliers in RF connector and coaxial cable space, and they offer thousands of in stock of parts to serve RF and microwave industry. We also have a global network of sales representatives, and they're key to getting our products to market quickly. So that, and we sell direct. So you can call our customer care or our account managers direct, and we can sell product directly to you.
Add to that too, these reps, these distributors, they have SMEs in the microwave industry that work for them, and they complement, I think, the group that we have. So there's great working relationships with the different, Blake calls it the prong approach, and offering products out there. So getting that quick feedback, that knowledge behind the answers, they just add to, I think, that value that Corning Gilbert offers.
Great. And I always like to get, each company's outlook on, different markets that they serve. So, what is your outlook on the various industries you're involved in? What are some of the ones that you see the highest growth opportunities in?
Yeah, so within A&D, we have basically three subunits. We have remote sensing, which has EOIR systems and hyperspectral optical systems. We have advanced products, which is more material based. We make high purity fused silica, which is a glass material that is in all the American manned space shuttles. And then there's microwave. And I see a really bright future with microwave. I think, with our leadership team, we've positioned us really well for future investments. So we're investing highly in microwave to improve our capabilities and capacity. We're on track to put in a prototype center at our facility. So we talk about, hey, we want to provide solutions to our customers. So we need quick turnaround on those solutions too. So we're on track to do that in our facility. So there's a lot of great things, both from aerospace and then, really pushing into the telecommunications market for microwave. I am very, very bullish on where we're going with Corning Gilbert in just the microwave industry in general.
Well, that's great to hear. I like the positive feedback in our industry. It means we have good future growth. So thanks, Mike, Blake, and Don, for talking with me today about Corning Gilbert's history and your innovations in the microwave technology. We'll definitely continue to cover this as things evolve, especially with your new plastic connector technology. To our audience, you can find more podcasts at podcasts.microwavejournal.com. Thanks for listening.